athletic physique. So a lot of people say bodybuilding is not a sport, but personally, I have to disagree. Because what most people classify as a sport is anything that has to do with the competition, which is why these right here are here. But bodybuilding is a little more than just throwing a dart or hitting a ball with a stick. Bodybuilding is a little more invasive within your lifestyle. Like, you have to work out in a certain way. You have to take certain types of drugs and supplements. You have to eat in a certain way to do this sport. Just because it's more of a lifestyle change and it takes more effort to participate, I classify it as more of a sport than any of the ones at the bottom of this list. But is it a functional sport that's good towards health? No, not.
Taking steroids is low-key trending, and it freaking sucks. We've got people inadvertently promoting steroid use, plus we got people literally promoting steroid use. A recent study concluded that 15 to 30% of gym goers are on some form of PED, and a majority of that group aren't athletes and don't compete. So they're just immature recreational bodybuilders who want to get big. If you didn't already know, bodybuilding isn't good for you, and it's gone way too far.
Bodybuilding is not a sport. It is a art form, and many people on the internet and in the past will agree with me and have said this statement before time and time again, that it is a art form. To answer that question, why it is, first part, or the first why, or the first reason to that, the first reason to why I say that this is a art and this is not some sort of sport, a physical sport, is because you're sculpting your body, my body, to be shown to others on a audience, on a platform. Like, just like sculptures you would used to see in ancient Greece with naked men ripped out of their mind, very aesthetic, not too big, not too small physiques, chiseled abs, chest big, you know, they would have their testicles hanging out, you know, and it was sculpted to show people like what was kind of the standard as a man. Just like today, when the Mr. Olympias go on stage, is to show people who could sculpt their muscles to be the biggest, who could sculpt their muscles to be the most leanest, the most shredded, who has the least body fat, who has the biggest chest, or you know, etc., etc. As the 3-time Mr. Olympia runner-up, Kai Green said in 2016 on a Facebook post, he said, "Bodybuilding is an art. Your body is the canvas, and weights are your brush, and nutrition is the paint." But people would still ask, why isn't it a sport? Doesn't it have, you know, doesn't it have attributes like being, like, moving your body, you know, moving your muscles, moving around, doing cardio and whatnot? Even though it does have physical activity involved, really, bodybuilding does not promote a healthy lifestyle or a nutritional lifestyle. Social media has brainwashed young and old to think that taking steroids and taking PEDs and taking drugs, all the same, is a cool thing to do if you want to get into bodybuilding. But really, if you want to compete, that's honestly the standard. And if you want to have some sort of social status, even on social media, not just, even if you don't want to compete, even if you want to have some sort of social status on the media, you would have to take steroids. You would have to take steroids if you want to look big. You'd have to take steroids if you want to get shredded. You'd have to take steroids so people could give you that attention that you want. Like, for example, Sam Sulek. If he never took steroids and he was just being himself and just being an average bodybuilder, he wouldn't be as famous as he was right now. He's famous for being a very likable guy, very outgoing, very jolly guy who gives a lot of wisdom, and he knows what he's doing when it comes to bodybuilding. Some of it he doesn't know what he's doing, but really he got famous off of taking steroids, and because of the way he looks. The way he looks is the only reason why he is famous, and he's gained millions of subs. Steroids though has nothing to do with fitness, it has nothing to do with being healthy. Steroids really is something that people just have to do to compete in sports, in basketball, in soccer, in track and field, football, in all these sports. People are taking steroids to compete. People are taking steroids to get to the next level. So it really is brainwashing young people to really think, hey, if I want to look like this guy, or if I want to be like this guy, or if I want to get big as this guy, I have to take steroids. I have no choice. Or, like, taking steroids is cool. Or like, oh, I want to lift 600-pound deadlift. I want to do a 600-pound deadlift. I would have to take steroids. If you're competing in bodybuilding, I have no issue with you taking steroids. This is my personal opinion. I have no issue with you taking steroids. But if you're not competing, and if you're not doing it for some sort of sport, you should not be taking steroids. It will destroy your health, and it will destroy you mentally and physically. And another thing about bodybuilding too, when you're taking steroids and you're going on bulks and you're going on cuts, that is not really the healthiest for you. It really destroys your mental health, your physical well-being, and even your athleticism. These things destroys your body. It destroys your soul. Bodybuilding really is not that healthy when it comes to competing and taking steroids. It's a dark place when you really dig deep into it. But at the end, bodybuilding goes far beyond physical strength. It embodies dedication, discipline, and creativity. Each sculpted muscle, every poised pose speaks to the artist within the athlete. The body becomes a canvas in this pursuit. With each workout session, it's a brushstroke in a way. Bodybuilding isn't just about competition, it's about mastering the aesthetic of one's physique. A blend of specific precision and artistic expression in a way. It really challenges people to go surpass their limits, and it helped me a lot. Bodybuilding really helped me a lot, mentally, physically, spiritually. It taught me how to stay disciplined, how to stay dedicated, how to keep pushing forward. It taught me that if I feel alone, I still have the gym. If I feel weak, if I feel tired, I always have the gym. I always have something positive to come to when it came to bodybuilding and when it came to sculpting my physique. Every time I seen my physique improve, it gave me motivation to keep moving forward. And I'm still moving forward to this day. I'm still pushing hard. In my opinion, my personal opinion, I think you should stay daddy if you're young, and if you really want to get into bodybuilding, competing or not, going on social media or not, trying to get a name off the social media or not, you should stay natural for your mental health and your mental well-being. But you should also think about it too. Go as far as you can with your natural physique. And if you want to take steroids and if you want to take drugs, I don't recommend you take drugs. You can do that. But go natural first. See how good your physique would be naturally first. And then if you want to compete or whatnot, and you want to get a better physique, you could take steroids. But I don't recommend it because at the end of the day, it's not healthy. Other than that, bodybuilding is beyond being a sport. Bodybuilding is an art, an orchestration in a way. It's an orchestration of mind and muscle, and it's really created with passion, and it's really created with purpose. I thank all of you for watching this video. I put a lot of work into this and a bit of thought into this, trying to make something different, make something a little bit more factual for you guys to watch. And I hope you get something out of this video. Subscribe. Yeah.